Hey everyone, welcome to Group Text. You know what? I always say I'm excited because I have great guests. I am excited to have with me today none other than singer, songwriter, comedian, drag performer, and now musical theater writer and star, Alaska Thunderf. Alaska hit the big time on season 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race as a runner-up, but snatched the tiara for herself when she won the second season of Drag Race All-Stars. Alaska is currently starring in Drag the Musical, which she co-wrote and which is being produced by none other than Liza Minnelli. Drag the Musical is playing at New York World Stages in New York City, and you can get your tickets at dragthemusical.com. Okay, that's a lot. Now might actually be a good time to send the kids into another room because Alaska Thunderf, welcome to Group Text.
Hi.
Hi. So I have so many questions, and Drag the Musical is now playing Off-Broadway, and it's a big hit. Like, you've got to be so excited about that. For those who don't know, what is the show about?
Well, it's a musical, and
that's in the title.
Right, and it's about drag queens.
Again, in the title.
The title is really misleading. It's about, I guess the story is about two rival drag houses, and they really hate each other, and then they find that they're in trouble, and then they find out that they might need each other, and they might have more in common with each other. But it's also about, like, there's also like a family element, because one of the queens, her brother that she hasn't talked to in years, who's super straight, he comes into town and he brings his son, and his son is like, I want to dress up in this drag shit. This is exciting to me. So it's about that dynamic as well. So it's about family, it's about drag. I hope that you'll laugh, and I hope that you'll cry as well.
And you're right, because Drag the Musical isn't it's what it's about, but it's not. It's really a full-fledged play with story arcs and emotions, and it has depth.
Yeah, which I think people don't expect that. I mean, I'm a drag queen literally named Alaska Thunderf, so why would they expect anything with depth or seriousness? But it is it does, like, go there, and people come in just expecting, like, I don't know, drag queens are gonna, like, lip sync and do numbers, but it's not that at all. It's like, it's like it's a real musical.
Yeah, so I said it's a real New York musical. The show is truly your baby. You wrote it, you star in it. How did it come about? Because I don't think people know how much work goes into mounting a play, let alone a musical, in New York, and then with the hope of potentially, eventually, if you want to, getting to Broadway. This is a years and years and years process.
Yeah. Well, I was making, drag music, things like Your Makeup is Terrible, and This Is My Hair, and If You're Not Wearing Nails, You're Not Doing Drag. Those kind of, seminal hits.
Catchy.
But right, exactly. I was working with my music producer friends for a while on music, Tomas and Ash, and at one point Tomas was like, "Hey, I want to do a musical." He's straight and he's from Long Island, and he said, "Hey, I want to do a musical. Yeah, and I want to, like, about drag." And I was like, and he was like, "Do you want to write it with us?" And I was like, "Sure, why not? That'll be easy." It was not easy. That was 7 or 8 years ago. And we started with some music, because that's what we do. And then we started to, like, write these characters and bring them to life. And then we did a reading of it in LA. Then we did, like, a staged, like a full, like, run of it in LA. And then from there it came here. And yeah, that's how it happened.
Can you believe you're there?
No, I mean, I'm really grateful to Tomas and Ash, because if they weren't there sort of constantly saying, all right, when are we writing next? All right, let's sit down and write through the pandemic. Like all I wanted to do was like sit on my couch and drink wine during the pandemic, but we got together on Zoom and we wrote this fucking thing. So I'm really grateful for them because I couldn't imagine it. And if it was just me writing it, I think it would still be like 1 page long and it would be in the desk.
But as a performer, Broadway and off Broadway in the last 10, 12 years is legit. As a performer, do you ever look around and go, I never dreamt in a million years that I would be performing off Broadway?
Not really. I don't.
Because that's a holy grail for a lot of performers.
It is, and I guess I haven't just like stopped and like had that moment because we've just been in it, We're just like doing the work and like getting in drag and getting on stage and doing it and like so I haven't sat and said, "Oh my gosh, what an accomplishment." I really haven't. I mean, it feels great because I'm working with great people on a thing that I'm really proud of. So like that feels good.
Oh, you're so lucky. So tell me about Kitty Galloway. Who is she and what is going on with her?
Well, she's really tall and she's a drag queen and she's kind of a bitch and so she's nothing like me. She is very like she's kind of like Joan Crawford-ish. Like she runs her drag club like the Navy. Like all of her girls are kind of scared of her because she's really a strict disciplinarian.
Right. Don't fuck with me, fellas.
This is not her first rodeo type tease.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's her. And she has black hair because I'm an actress. I wanted it to be like, this is not just Alaska being Alaska.
Right, of course.
It's a character that is, I think, quite different from Alaska. And so she has black hair and like severe bangs.
But it's great. It's Alaska being an actress.
I'm an actress, mama.
I've made it, mama. They want me. Sing out, Louise. So this is Liza Minnelli's first time producing something she's not in. How did she get involved?
Well, we wanted to have this voiceover thing, and it was like sort of a magical narrator at the beginning. And it was just a few lines, and we were like, it would be so fierce if we could get some kind of like gay icon with a recognizable voice to do this. So we thought, why not Liza? And so by some miracle, she said not only that she was interested in doing that voiceover part, but she said, I want you to write another voiceover part because that's too short and I want to do more. And on top of that, she said she wanted to be a producing partner as well. So, I mean, it was just like, what a legend and what an icon. And to have her just have her sprinkle magic fairy dust on this is like, that makes no sense. It's so fierce.
Did you get a chance to meet her and work with her during this?
No, not at all. Not yet. We're trying to get her out here. So, I mean, it's just a matter of like, she needs a private plane. And so we're hopefully going to get her on a private plane.
Can you get me on a private plane? I'm much cheaper.
Sure.
So the show brings together some of the most popular drag performers around. I don't know how to say this. Did the queens make their own characters, or did they actually kind of stick to the script?
Well, it's like a combination because it's like we had a thing in mind when we were writing it, and we were like, this girl is like this, and this girl is like this, and that on the page, that's one thing, and then we got to like getting it on its feet, and we needed real human beings who can do drag, who can sing, who are funny, and who are going to show up. And that list is not super long, but I have really amazing, talented friends who said yes to doing this crazy project. So they, so they came and they did it as it was written. But as we were doing it, we were like, we were finding things like together, and they were bringing stuff to it that was like really funny and good. And so that ended up informing the script. And then like, so it was like a sort of back and forth kind of vibe.
Yeah, in my opinion, a lot of people don't realize, and I'm not even sure a lot of people in drag community realize, is it's acting.
Mm-hmm.
And so even though they were drag performers, you're actually, in my opinion, working with people who are actually actors in a different form. So I would think, so I think they all had their process and getting to know their characters and being very actor and actressy.
Yeah. And then once we were like doing rewrites, because it was like, I mean, right up to opening night, we were like changing stuff and tweaking stuff. But like when you know somebody is going to be in the part, writing that part suddenly becomes way easier, because it's like, I know this person, I know how they would say this, and this is going to be so hilarious coming from them. So it was very like collaborative and yeah, acting with a capital A.
Yes, as my mother used to say, that she always got annoyed when people go like, I'm an actress and I'm an actor. Now we're all just working. Let's be honest. Everyone's just happy to be working. So I want to talk about you. How did you come up with the name Alaska Thunderfuck?
Marijuana. I mean, I was in my early 20s and I had just discovered marijuana. And for a while I had like smoked weed or like tried it, because I was in college and I was like, all my friends are smoking weed and they love it. And I wanted to try it. And so I tried it several times and it didn't work. Like it didn't do anything. So I was like, this sucks. But then it finally did work. And then I loved it so much. And so I was smoking weed with some of my friends and they were talking about different strains that they had tried. And one of them was like, yeah, when I was in Amsterdam, I smoked Alaskan Thunderfuck. And I was like, what is that? And I wrote that down in my notebook right then and there. And I said, Alaska Thunderfuck. And I said, that's going to be my drag name. And I had never done drag before, but I was like, this is it. This is my drag name. And so it worked. And luckily, it's easy to spell.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And it's spelled like it sounds.
Exactly.
So easy when you're making a reservation.
It really is.
It's like, traditional spelling.
Yes.
What made you want to do drag? What's the genesis? What's the origin story?
Well, it kind of started from doing theater and acting, but it was like there were so few things that I could do. That the type of person I was like, I had a weird haircut and I was very like visibly gay and very thin and very tall, and just like I wasn't going to be playing the prince, and I wasn't going to like what roles can that person play? And so once I like fell into drag and started doing it, I was like, now I'm the fucking central character of whatever fucking crazy show this is. And that's a good feeling as like a performer to have that. And it gave me like a lot of freedom of expression, and I could kind of do whatever the fuck I wanted. I didn't have to keep my hair a certain way. I didn't have,
right.
I could stay up at night and I could, be with my friends and like do and like have fun. And I just, it really worked with my lifestyle as a young person.
What was the moment where you thought, I want to try drag?
Well, it was shortly after I had written that name down in the notebook, and I believe in the power of writing stuff down. I think that I think it's powerful, and I that doesn't mean a voice note, and it doesn't mean a thing in this phone. It's like I believe that in the power of writing something on paper is very powerful. But this was shortly after I wrote down that drag name. Then I was out at Pegasus in Pittsburgh, which was the gay nightclub where you could be 18 and you could still go in. because you didn't have the hand stamp to get into the bar area.
Right.
But you could lick the stamp and then transfer it over if your friend was in there. But I was there and there was right, exactly. There was like a chain link fence between the drinking section and the underage section. So it would be like feeding drinks through the thing, whatever. So I was there and I picked up a flyer that was for a Chi Chi LaRue drag contest. And I picked it up and I said, I'm going to win this. I'm going to do this and I'm going to win this. And so I did. I prepared like an act for it and I won. And I won like $200.
And that
was
it.
Like my rent.
How much has Alaska evolved through the years?
I think a lot, but also not that much.
But in look, in vibe, in confidence.
I had to sort of work backwards. And at a certain point, I was like, I want to kind of learn the rules of drag.
What are the rules of
learn
drag?
Right. Well, things like how to have a garment that fits right and looks good on stage, and how to have pantyhose that don't have holes in them, and how to have nails on, and how to apply makeup that, looks like good. It's like, it's more effective because I was very much like a trash can when I first started, and it was just sort of like throwing stuff on and barely wearing any clothes, and which is fierce as fuck. But I think it's more impactful to do that when you know the sort of tradition of drag.
Right.
So that was the journey, was like learning sort of the ins and outs and the tradition and the culture of this art form. And then I could be a wacko after that as well. So I've evolved a lot, but honestly, I feel like the same person who put on a black trash bag because they didn't have any nice drag clothes, and I made my own thing out of it with like a blonde wig that was teased up really crazy and too much black eye makeup. Like, I still feel like that.
Yeah, so can't take the girl out of the trash bag even though she now wears sequins.
Exactly. It can't be done.
Can't be done. Still trash at heart. After so, was it 4 auditions, you ended up on Drag Race. You came in runner up, but then you were asked to do All Stars, which you then won.
Yeah.
What did you change about your competitive style to go from runner up to winner? I mean, how did you approach it differently? Because it's very different when you do a show for the second time. You kind of know the vibe, how it's going to be edited, the way to score points, for lack of a better way, can happen.
Well, a lot of it is timing and luck. I mean, it has less to do with what I was doing and more with just like it was the right time, and it happened at the right time. That's a lot of it. My perspective on it is like season 5, I look back on it as like so much fun. It was like being at summer camp, and I had no illusions that I was going to win season 5 when I was first on it, because my boyfriend at the time had just won the year before. So I was like, I know this show. They're not going to crown me after they just crowned her. So it wasn't in my mind that I was like playing to win. I was just so happy to not get sent home every week. So I was just thrilled to be there. With All Stars 2, which was a few years later, everyone was whispering in my ear, oh, this is your year. You're going to win. This is it. Oh, you're doing so good. And it was like fucking with my head, because when you have that expectation, you put so much pressure on yourself. And I did not have a very nice time doing All Stars 2. And
Really?
I won. So like, how nice for me. But like, I would much rather just be petrified of going home and just happy to be there.
Well,
anytime.
you have now a podcast called Race Chaser, where you look back on old episodes.
Yeah.
What do from this point of view, like I watch, because I did Celebrity Apprentice, I would go back and now and I would see like when they started doing Celebrity Apprentice All Stars, I would watch and just be like rolling my eyes because you know how the sausage got made.
Exactly.
Do you find when you're rewatching episodes for Race Chaser, you're a little bit more jaded?
Completely. Yes. How can you not be? But I'm also like, I try to stay connected to, I love this fucking show and it's my favorite show. And how lucky are we to be alive at the time when this show exists? That makes no sense that like a show where drag queens get to go and like be in a giant pink room and like do crazy drag stuff. And it's the biggest show on TV and it wins Emmy Awards. It's I try to stay connected to like how lucky and preposterous that is that we get to experience that. So I love it very much. But yes, we know how the sausage is made.
Yeah, you're a little ray of sunshine. You have so many fans. And what do fans of your drag go by? Like there's Taylor Swift, she has the Swifties. Beyonce has the Beehive. Back in the day, Clay Aiken had the Claymates. So are yours like the Thunder Wonders or the Alaskaettes? Have they gotten their own moniker yet?
Those are really good
I like the
names.
Thunder Wonders.
Can I borrow those?
Of course. Just put a little asterisk, right? Give me a special thanks too.
I will. I don't know that do my fans have a name? I know that there is a core group of like the biggest Alaska fans, and there's like 5 of them, and they call themselves the Hive, which is like the hive, like
right.
But Hive.
I like the Thunder. I like the Thunder Wonders.
I love that too. So maybe we'll start using that.
Yeah. The Alaskaettes has a nice ring, but I think calling yourself a Thunder Wonder is like has more zip to it.
That's so good.
So do fans of drag queens expect to stay loyal to the characters they first create? Like every time my mom would cut her hair, she felt so bad for the drag performers that were doing her because she like, oh fuck, now they have to go get new wigs. There was a guy named Gary D who she was always apologizing to.
Yeah.
Like how attached do the fans get to their particular queen?
I think a lot, but like it's really good to be able to be imitatable. Like I love that I love when people dress up as Alaska because it's like you get some black garbage bags and you get a long blonde thing and then you get a crazy frazzled thing on top of it. And then like, boom, you're Alaska. So I like it being easily imitatable. And I'm going to always be that. I kind of change my like look, but not really that much.
Yeah, my mom always felt bad for the impersonators. She's like, anytime anyone changes anything, it's all new wigs.
Yeah.
If there's weight loss, it's a whole new, you go from being a maximalist to a minimalist. It's like a whole. My mother actually did feel bad when she did that.
I love that.
Okay, you've also done 4 albums. Most recently, your 5th is called Red for Filth, and I'll let you say the other 3 titles. Did you always want to be a singer-songwriter?
Yeah. I mean, once I started doing drag, I did because I was like, I want to be like, RuPaul or like Chi Chi LaRue or Jackie Beat, and I want to have like my own songs that I can be out there doing. So it was always like a sort of a dream of mine to do that.
Which is so
great. And then once you're on Drag Race, it's like people kind of expect you to put out a single, or at least they used to. They don't really do that anymore. But so I was like, I'm going to do a whole album. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So
yeah.
I sometimes like to play games with my guests, and I have a great game for you. We're going to call it Queen or no queen. So it's very
Okay.
simple. I'm going to say a drag name, and you have to tell me if it's a real performer or if I made it up.
Oh my God. Okay, this is
Okay.
going to be good.
This is good. I might have to stop for 1 second because the cat has decided to sit on my desk.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, we're getting into.
on.
Oh, fabulous.
I'm going to put this on. Okay. And these. Oh my God, that cat is cute.
He's gonna be kicked off the desk in a second. This is Marty.
Marty.
Marty is getting.
How you doing, Marty?
Good. He just got kicked off the desk. He's only allowed to be in here if he's quiet during podcasts. Okay. The game is. Tell me when you're ready.
Do you know who I look like? Have you ever seen Dressed to Kill?
Yes.
When he like dresses in drag and murders people in a trench coat. That's literally who I look like right now.
Yeah. Or an very old Blondie cover. A very old, like Debbie Harry moment. That's what I
love it.
Okay. Queen or no queen? I'm going to give you the name. You're going to tell me if it's a real performer or not. Ophelia Self.
Ophelia Self?
Yes.
Fake.
Real.
Shit.
Self-described theater queen from the Buffalo, New York area.
Ophelia Self, you better work. That's a good name.
Jenny Talia.
These are all real. I know there's a Jenny Talia.
Yes, they're a drag queen out of St. Louis, Missouri. Okay. Sadie, not a lady.
Real.
Fake.
What?
There was.
I am horrible at this game.
There was Sadie, the rabbi lady, which was a gay Jewish drag queen and one of the founders of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
Oh, wonderful. Love the Sisters.
This might be my favorite one. Sigourney Beaver.
Real.
Cisgender woman and drag performer from Iowa. Aurelia woman.
Real?
Fake.
Fuck.
Okay, we got two more. You can do this.
Okay.
Aurelia woman.
Didn't we just do that one?
No, we did Sigourney Beaver.
Aurelia woman is fake.
I repeated myself? Sorry.
See, I was trying to get I was trying to get one over on her.
You guys, I'm sorry.
I was trying to get one over on her.
They're yelling at me over the intercom. I'm sorry. I am an artist, and I was in the moment.
Exactly.
Okay.
I was trying to get a free point.
Florida man.
True. Yes, real person.
Her Lady Voldemort must be seen to be believed.
It's so good.
Okay. I need a fucking break.
You know what? I don't know if it's real, but it speaks to me.
It should be. It's fake. Oh my God. Alaska, I love you. You are amazing. Drag the Musical now playing at the New World Stages in New York City. Tickets at dragthemusical.com. Thank you so much. This was so much fun, and I'm coveting those glasses.
Thank you so much. You can borrow them anytime you want. Thank you for having me on group text.